Growing up, I didn't necessarily have the best start to life. I lost my mum at a young age. I was kicked out of my father's house at 14. So there I was, like 14, just out there in the big bad world, just trying to find a way for myself. You kind of know what sort of things that you can be exposed to as a young person growing up in East London with gang culture and violence and stuff. I had no aspirations as a teenager. I didn't really feel like I'd be in a position to have full-time work. I went to loads of interviews, but like each interview I kept getting told no. I would just keep going back and asking for feedback. So the next one got better and the next one got better, and then I just became a pro at interviews. So by the time it came to the Barclays one, I was fully prepared and confident. As a young person, growing up in a certain environment and then being put into the corporate world, it was kind of strange. Like I was very, very scared to be myself. So I remember going to my first university course, and I got told by one of my peers that I was a little bit ghetto. And this was me trying to be like so professional. It's unreal like how professional I was trying to be. And then I remember going to work and one of my colleagues saying that you're a little bit street. And then that just like built the insecurities even more. So like I was like less and less myself. And I remember after my first year going to an impact course, and they took about 12 of us on this Barclays program. Not only did you take me from my comfort zone in East London and put me in a corporate, you've taken me from the concrete jungle and put me in the wilderness. So it's just like, I always thought that resilience was my biggest strength. Is like, Jam, like you can go through anything and face it and still do it with a smile on your face. So I felt like that was like one of my biggest strengths until you put yourself in a position where you're forced to be vulnerable. I thought my biggest fear was the heights and being in the wilderness and stuff like that, but my biggest fear was like being myself in these situations. By the time it got to the third day, we was doing a massive hike up a mountain and we had to do this vertical climb. I absolutely lost it, like panic set in. Like it was the first time that everybody saw me for who I was. Being able to climb that mountain together and just the feeling afterwards, I remember getting to the top, looking around like, do you know what, my biggest fear has just been annihilated. I've been vulnerable, I've been myself, and it's like okay to be myself kind of things. Going back to work, when I was taking on leadership roles and stuff like that, I found it very, very important to be vulnerable and be yourself. Like that's the only way you're gonna get buy-in from your team, because it just created like an amazing work ethos. It's like no surprise, like had I not gone on to Impact and I'd continued down that route of trying to suppress myself and suppress who I was, I don't think it would have worked out the way it did work out. Like I was fortunate to be an assistant manager literally a year after I came off this program, and then 9 months after that I became one of the youngest bank managers in the country. It just accelerated my development that much more. Like the apprenticeship experience just changed my life massively. Like it's like the most amazing thing to have. So like now I'm just on a journey and on a mission like to help more young people find themselves, find opportunities like I did, help them find the best version of themselves and just apply it in their everyday lives. So like that's the work that I do right now with a lot of apprentices up and down the country, trying to raise the profile of apprenticeships. And it all just kind of went full circle, which is amazing.